one of his naengmyeon. It's called naengmyeon. It's cold noodles.
Hey guys, it's Adam with Akshon Esports, and today I'm speaking with Kuki of the Seoul Dynasty. How you doing, Kuki?
Good. Not that good, actually.
So, today, I'm sorry to hear that, but tell me a little bit about the game today. I mean, there were a lot of implications going in. What was the pressure like for you?
Well, we didn't have many chance at the last point because we should have won today, and it depended on the other games, but we had to win for another chance, so it was a really big pressure for us.
Since we are at the last week of the Overwatch League, we're doing kind of a reflective look at the season up until now. So I'd just like to kind of get to know you and how the Seoul Dynasty has kind of progressed up until this point, as I haven't had many chances to speak with you over the course of the season. So to start, can you tell me a little bit about how this season was for you?
For me, at the beginning of the season, it was not that bad for me, but in the middle of the season, I was not performing that good, and my confidence was low, so it was a hard time for me during the season. But after the hard time, I got my confidence back, and I was improving, so at the end, it was not that bad for me.
What would you say is the biggest area in which you have personally improved?
I think it's because of the shot callings I've done, and except for the game, maybe my English improved.
Well, you're doing great right now, let me tell you. So as a team, you know, we've seen Seoul kind of have its ups and its downs over the course of the season. What was something specifically that you guys felt was an area that you needed to work on and focus on over the course of the season? And what do you think as a team your guys' greatest triumph has been?
We had, all the other people said that we had good players, but we were not playing as a team. So I think that was the biggest point we should have improved during the season. But it was not that easy because our shot callings were weak, and our team gaming was a weak point for us. But we tried to improve that kind of stuff, and yeah. Mechanically,
I mean, you have some of the most gifted players, you know, in the league.
Yeah.
We've seen Fleta pop off. Even today, we saw Fleta pull off some absolutely incredible shots. We've seen you make some incredible plays. When it comes down to shot calling, who do you think, where do you think the break in communication was happening, and what ultimately needed to be done to fix it?
We had some shot callings, but we weren't able to do what we had to do. But I don't know what the main problem is, because it might be just because of the pressure or somebody couldn't hear it. But we don't know why, but I think the pressure for us was the main reason.
Can you talk to me a little bit about, on a personal level, what the team is like outside of game? And what's life like at the Seoul Dynasty household? And are you guys all friends? Is it more of a professional relationship?
Actually, we are really close to each other because we're all Korean players, and we are professionals, but we're like friends when we stay together.
Does that familiarity, that friendship, ever become a problem when you're trying to critique one another?
I think there's not a problem about that kind of stuff, because we are friends, but we should be a professional at once too. So. Of
course. I think a lot of people were incredibly surprised initially at the beginning of the season at just the absolute abundance of fans that loved Korean rosters, like North American fans who just fell in love with the Korean teams. What was your initial experience like trying to interact with a North American fan base that was absolutely crazy about your team?
The difference between the Korean fans, there were a lot of male fans, and they were really energetic. So we could feel the energy from the fans, and that was really good.
Do you have any kind of fan experience personally, maybe with a personal fan that sticks out in your mind as one of your favorites?
I don't really remember that kind of fans because there are really many fans, but I can't really remember a specific person. They're all really good.
So I want to talk about the league as a whole for a minute. As one of the players who's been around since Stage 1, how would you say the Overwatch League has changed as a whole since the preseason?
I think at the first starting point, everyone thought that the Korean teams were gonna be the best teams in the league, but we said that there weren't any gap between the other teams, non-Korean teams. Now you can see that all the teams are really good in the league. So I think like the people's thoughts might change as we said. All the league teams are good.
So the stage system has been a topic of conversation, or how the league is broken up into 4 stages, all on different metas. Some people believe that the keeping up with the live patch and having a more free-flowing update would be better. Some people like the stage system having that consistency and giving you guys a break in between metas. How did you feel about the stage system, and is there anything you would change going forward?
I think the stage system was pretty good, because if we would change to the live server too fast, we couldn't practice it, and it might be not so fun to watch, not really practiced. Know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so we had time to practice the new metas, so it would be better to perform.
So you mentioned earlier you and the rest of Seoul are very friendly, on very friendly terms. Are there any plans that you guys have to do anything fun during the off season?
I'm planning to take a vacation with my teammates and eat some good stuff back in Korea.
Yeah, definitely. What's like one food from home that you miss and you're looking forward to?
One of it is naengmyeon. It's called naengmyeon. It's cold noodles.
in like a kind of broth, or just by themselves?
Oh, there's some meat in there, but it's almost everything is noodles.
All right.
Yeah.
Everybody loves a good bowl of noodles, for sure. What are you most excited about for Season 2?
I'm not sure about this next season, but I think there's going to be new teams and new players. There's going to be a lot of changes into the rosters, so maybe we can see a very famous person in other teams. So it's going to be pretty fun.
Right on. Kuki, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
It was nice meeting you.